Good morning, Divine Family. So we will be reading the third part of the Murli today. So the title of the Murli is The Activities of the Cell Region. So we will cover the third para. So in this, Baba is meeting, serviceable brothers and sisters. So basically they are Madhubani Nivasis. So Baba is saying the specialities of Madhubani Nivasis, land of blessing. Madhubana is very special land, right? So Baba says that we have to, when we go to Madhuban, we have to fill our, intellect with so much of coins and basically fill the aprons and then give, and then accumulate for future. And the awareness, everything, we have to make it powerful because the Madhvan atmosphere is very powerful. So we have to keep that remembrance, that awareness when we leave Madhvan, so that we will be able to share it with others. And since we have awakened, so it is also a responsibility to awake others. So let's read that together. Meeting serviceable brothers and sisters. So Baba says, are you going back having accumulated blessings for many births? Madhuban is the land of blessings. Are you returning home from this land of blessings with your aprons filled with blessings? Have you accumulated enough for your many future births? Not just one birth, but for many future births? Will you keep the atmosphere and the experience of this place with you for all times? So the place is very special, right? And the atmosphere is very special, right? So the experience that we, have in Madhuban is different. So Baba is asking, so will you keep this all time? Or for just a year or 6 months? Make yourself powerful by constantly maintaining the awareness of this atmosphere. No matter what the atmosphere there is like, if your awareness of this atmosphere is powerful, you can transform that atmosphere. So Baba says, the service place where you go right after visiting Madhuban, right? So the atmosphere there is not powerful enough, but still, if you have the awareness of the powerful atmosphere of Madhuban, right, you will be able to transform that atmosphere. Powerful, right? You are returning home from here as such Mahavils, are you not? Or will you write it, or will you write it in a short time that Maya has come to you? You are those who transform the atmosphere, not those who are transformed by the atmosphere. Very interesting statement. But it says, you are not one who is transformed by the atmosphere, because we know the atmosphere in Madhuban and the other places are different. So when we are going to a different place, so we shouldn't be transformed by the atmosphere there. So we will be the one who would be transforming that atmosphere, right, with our powerful vritti, right, powerful stage. All of you Mahavirs should be able to color others with your company. then wherever you go, you will do the work of an ignited lamp. Those who remain constantly awake are able to awaken others. Right? So when we are awake, then we will be able to awaken others. So wherever we go, right, we should ignite that lamp that we are. Yes. Now, in the fourth point. So here Baba says, Baba the meeting double foreign brothers and sisters. Okay. So in this, Baba use the power, right? Baba is asking, use the power to discriminate, to understand what soul has come, before you, and then understand that soul, and then make him understand that jnana. Because everybody will have a different needs, right? So when somebody is coming to take this knowledge, they all will have different desire, right? So we need to uh, discern that, just like Baba usually gives this example of doctors. So when, doctors, if the doctor is a good doctor, then he will check the pulse and then understand the stage of a patient, right? So similarly, and then prescribe the medicine accordingly. So Baba says that we have to be like them. Okay, so let's read this. Do all of you consider yourself to be lighthouse? The work of a lighthouse is to show everyone the path. Do you feel that you are returning home as a lighthouse and lighthouse? Lighthouse and lighthouse. You are returning to show the right and easy destination to wandering souls. So here Baba says the wandering souls means the one who has not realized God. So it's doing the devotion, right, from one temple to the other. So Baba says here, so we have to become lighthouse and lighthouse. So we should be able to show the right and easy destination to the wandering souls. In order to do this, right, you must especially keep two things in mind. One, constantly use the power of discrimination in order to discern what soul wants. Okay, what soul wants. A good doctor is one who is able to diagnose the illness by feeling the pulse of his patients. So a good doctor is one who is able to diagnose the illness by checking the pulse of the patient. Constantly continue to use your power of discrimination. Second, constantly keep yourself with the constantly keep with yourself the experience of all treasures. Right, so very important when we keep the experience of all treasures, right? So when we experience something, then we will be in a very much excited to share that with others, right? So we need to have that treasures experience of all treasures with us. Those who have experienced all treasures are easily able to give others an experience of them, right? In order to share or in order to give that experience to others. So we must experience that first, right? Otherwise, we'll not be able to share it with others. So we have to become an embodiment of experience. Baba says all treasures, you experience all treasures. Always keep the aim of not just relating your experience, but also giving others an experience. Don't just relate the knowledge or relate the experience, but also give others an experience. Are you returning as an embodiment of all experiences? Become um, yeah. So Baba says, become an embodiment of experiences. Okay. Not just a speaker. Not just a speaker, because there are many who relates knowledge, but not many who can give that experience. Right. So Brahma Kumaris stand different when it comes to that, right? So we not only relate the knowledge, but also give experience, right? That's the differentiator one we have. You should experience all relationships and all powers, right? You should experience all relationships and all powers. What title would you then have? The title of someone who is experienced in all powers is a Master Almighty Authority. Master Almighty Authority, someone who is experienced in all powers. The title of someone who is experienced in all virtues is an embodiment of virtues. The title of someone who is experienced in all virtues is an embodiment of virtues. And the title of someone who is experienced in all relationships is loving to all. So, how many titles do you have? You are returning home with all titles, are you not? Those students and department workers are given medals. Students and department workers are given medals. How many medals have you received? Have you claimed all medals? Everyone's attention is drawn to you when you have more medals. Your eyes and your forehead should reveal that you are an embodiment of all attainments. Right? This is what Baba has revealed, right? When we become an embodiment of all attainments, and that to our forehead and our face. Baba says eyes and forehead here. So that should be revealed to us, right? So, are you going back having become this? Baba is asking, are you going back having become this, an embodiment of all attainments? Now, the fifth point. So, in this, Baba's giving talking about the importance of confluence age. Who is a confluence age Brahmin, and someone who's died from this Iron Age, and some of the specialties of confluence age. So that's the fifth one. So let's read that together. Whilst living in the old world, do you continue to progress whilst considering yourself to be a confluence-aged Brahmin? You are living in the old world, but we are progressing, right? Because we don't consider that we are living in, or we are iron-aged people. We consider ourselves to be confluence-aged Brahmin. A confluence-aged Brahmin has moved away from the iron-aged world, right? Moved away from the iron-aged world. Therefore, his vision would never be drawn towards the old world. You should not be attracted towards your old body, right? Your vision, you should not be attracted towards your old body, the old world, or any relatives. The old world or any relatives. If you try to enter another country, now Baba is trying to give a different analogy to explain, to make us understand this, right? So the Iron Age and the Conference Age, they are totally different, right? Just like two countries. So Baba says, if you try to enter another country without an official passport, you would be imprisoned. Here too, when you do something without the Father's permission, Maya imprisons you. You're not still thinking about your bodily relatives, are you? You're not still thinking about your bodily relatives who are in Kaliyug, are you? Or Ainage? Are you not are you not the destroyer of attachment? If you have even a little attachment, that would be like a crocodile catching hold of a small part of you. If you have even a little attachment, that would be like a crocodile catching hold of a small part of you and then swallowing you completely. Maya would swallow you completely in the same way. So there is this picture that you all might have seen, that crocodile catching hold of an elephant, right? So um, so crocodile is the attachment here, the ego, right? So I think it is Gajendra Moksha is that. It says that in the path of devotion, there is that beautiful picture. Gajendra, right? He was caught by crocodile when he entered into a river. While drinking water, crocodile bite his leg. And though we know that elephant is very powerful, but in the muddy water, crocodile is very powerful, right? We know that it's that muddy water is like iron age, that our ego and attachment that we have, so that can really pull us down. So here, though crocodile is very powerful, but he was unable to, escape from the clutches of crocodile in that story that was shown. And then uh, that is when Gajendra, right, the elephant, start remembering his savior Mahavishnu, and then that take place as moksha take place. So here Maya, right? Maya would swallow you completely in the same way. Therefore, you should not have the slightest attachment. Remain constantly free from attachment. Remain constantly free from attachment. So we have this additional bonus in this Murli. So we'll just read this blessing. May you be truly loving and remain free from all attractions by keeping the Father's love in your heart. And the explanation, although the Father gives love equally to all his children, you children take this love according to your own capacity. The Father gives it equally, but we take it according to our capacity. When you take love from the Father at Amrit Vela, then because your heart is filled with the Father's love, you will not be attracted by any other form of love. If your heart is not filled with God's love, then because there is space in your heart, Maya can attract you with her various forms of love, right? So we need to fill ourselves with Baba's love. And there is a space left, right? When there is a gap, right? When we have not really filled it, right? When we are not full, that is when we look for love from others, right? Yeah. So Maya can attract you with her various forms of love. Therefore, remain truly loving and overflowing with God's love. Overflowing with God's love, meaning full. So when we are full, then we don't need it from anyone else. And slogan, by giving everyone peace and happiness, you become worthy of being remembered. By giving everyone peace and happiness, right? You become worthy of being remembered. Om Shanti. So now let's take a minute of silence and then we can come back and churn. Right? Om Shanti. Shanti. So feel free to unmute and share your takeaway. So Baba met Madhuban Nivasis, right? And Baba would like to take us some experience, right? We have to be powerful when we go from Madhuban to that extent where we can transform the atmosphere where we are going, right? So Madhuban is a place where we charge ourselves, make ourselves powerful, right? And any sharing, anyone? Right? We shouldn't be the one who would be transformed by the atmosphere. We are the one who will transform the atmosphere. That's what Baba said. Yeah, when we go from the village. Yes, Ombai.
Yeah, this example of Gajendra Moksha, that I also liked this example because it's very true that the Maya, the crocodile is basically nothing but that Maya, which is so silent. You don't come to know how it is. If we have observed a crocodile, it will be very silent in operation, isn't it?
Very
And
true. Yeah.
yeah, you don't normally will not even detect it, identify that there is a crocodile, and only little part will be outside, and then he'll silently attack. And Gaj is that Mahavir, Maharati, who are like they are in subtle form. The royal form of Maya for Gaj is ego, and
Right.
ego, and that brings sometimes anger also, and uh, because of the false ego, then that even the Maharati or Mahavir soul also can is vulnerable in situation where crocodile can catch attack such kind of souls. And then the only way is to samarpan, means completely surrender to the god, because the ego doesn't go very easily. It has to be through complete surrender to god. Nothing is mine. My own Maya mind is also not mine. My own
Right.
intellect is not mine. It is Baba, yours only. And these sanskars also, they are all original sanskars. And if any paraya sanskar is there, it is your I am surrendering to you. So that complete surrender state of this being, that sthiti or the state of mind is the only way to come out of this such situations. Very good example you have given. And uh, this we I also come across such situation day in and day out, where such kind of situation, and you when you completely are in yoga with Baba, complete surrender, ashariri, because all these things come from the sharir bhan, that body consciousness only. Once we
Yeah.
are 100% soul consciousness, no crocodile, no Maya can attack you.
Right.
So,
Very
Om Shanti.
very nice. Yeah. I also like this very much because I think often some of the Murli this point comes, right? So it's there is this picture also in the path of Bhakti. It's very nice picture. I love it. I didn't understand and I was, when we were doing Bhakti, we don't, though we see the picture, we don't understand it, right? Now also I've seen many people have that picture, Gajendra Moksha picture in their phone as their wallpaper, but they don't know what it is actually.
Yes, and
Now
probably
coming
it is
into
our memorial
knowledge,
also only. It is our memorial.
yeah,
Some of the Brahmin children only, they have experienced this. Myself I have experienced quite often that
mm,
sometimes the ego comes, ki I am the doer. No, I am not the doer. I am the instrument. So that subtle, very, very subtle form of ego is nothing but this example depicts that then we are vulnerable to Maya. So that is one thing. And second is, today there is an International Day of Yoga also. So uh, uh,
thanks for reminding.
the entire world is celebrating the yoga, the union. So the
Yeah.
actual what is yoga is basically union of the soul with the supreme soul, and in the remembrance, which is the king of all yoga, Raj Yoga. So that's also I think all family members, uh, I want to wish, and whoever is will be listening, maybe you can wish on behalf of all Brahmin family to
Yeah,
everyone.
today
Om
is National Yoga Day. So I think most of the centers will be celebrating that. I think, yeah, in our center also, one Yogacharan will be coming and he will be showing some postures and simple postures possibly. Even in my office also, the same thing is planned. So one of Yogacharan will be showing some of the postures that is there. Right, so that is there. So everybody, I hope, will do some yoga today. I guess some of the other plan will be there, right? Yeah. So yeah, coming back to this point that rightly, Oba, you mentioned that Maya comes very silently, just like crocodile, not even realize. After catching only, we will realize, okay, Maya caught me, and then we realize that we cannot come out of it easily, right? So that is when, just like Ajendra, took help from Mahavishnu. It shows that Mahavishnu used his Sudarsana Chakra to kill crocodile in order to uh, liberate Gajendra from that clutch. So which means here when we are stuck, right, and clutches of Maya, right, and when we realize that we cannot escape ourselves, we have to surrender ourselves to God, Baba. So Baba will come as our savior and save us. So Sudarshan Chakra is I think that's the weapon used by Gajendra, looks like, in order to invoke Baba. Any other points? That was very nice. Any other points? And I also liked this two things that Baba said when Baba talked to double foreigners, that we have to keep two things in mind. One is that constantly we have to see the we have to the power of discrimination when people come before us, because nowadays there are so many requirements, and we know that this Raj Yoga meditation can be molded in whichever way person wants, right? So not everybody will come for meditation. Some might come for a different purpose also, right? So it is not everybody wants to realize God. Some would just want to experience some peace. Others would just want some company. Others would come for intending to realize God. So each one will come with different intention. So our ability to discern that, right, what that soul want. So that is the very key, I guess. Right? Just like a doctor's example Baba gave, doctor will have to diagnose the illness. Once the diagnosis has happened, right, only then properly, right, only then doctor will be able to prescribe the right medicine, right? Otherwise, it will be just doctor will be just experimenting with the different medicines, and the patient may die. Also, or the illness may get worse. So similarly, if we don't understand the need of the soul, right, coming before us, then we may not be able to satisfy him, So everything that a human or soul wants is there with Baba. So we just have to mold or just alter the knowledge slightly to that extent where he is able to take it, he's able to digest it. Anyone would like to say something?
Om Shanti. Uh, this power of discrimination and all these powers are in just sharing one reflection,
Yeah.
adding one dimension to this journey, is that these powers are in the soul, not the body. And Raj Yoga meditation is the only technique which can make the soul the king, self-sovereign, self-sovereign over all the faculties, mind, intellect, and sanskars. So these powers automatically they are there in the soul. Only thing is they are in the merged state. They are not immersed. They are not. They are not able to experience that. Through Raj Yoga, we are able to experience these innate powers, the core, which are in residing in the soul. So this Raj Yoga meditation helps in uh, uh, practicing this power of discernment. The more we are in soul consciousness stage, the more these powers shine, and they emerge, and they are available at our own will. Whenever we want to use it, we can use it. For how long we can use it, whatever time we want to use it. So I think that this is the only yoga which makes the soul king. That's the point I wanted to convey. That that's why it is called Raja Yoga, the king of all yoga, which makes soul the king of its own self, and thereby the soul can influence the world through self sovereignty. Om Shanti.
And anyone else? Daki Ben, Ami Ben, Girija Ben, Kalpesh Bhai. Any sharing? Tamila Ben, Kachna Ben, Chandrakala Ben, Banu Ben, Bye. Any takeaways?
Om Shanti. Thank you, family. Thank you, Baba. And today's my takeaway is changing the atmosphere. Two powerful vibration can change the atmosphere. So that I like very much. And this is today's International Yoga Day. So this is the takeaway to make as a powerful, pure as a soul. I'm feeling and that I'm experiencing. Yeah, yes, can change the atmosphere. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kalpeshwar. Right. So we have to transform the atmosphere, right? We are not the one who is transformed by the atmosphere, right? Yeah. True. Any other points?
Was the end of the Murli where Baba is mentioning about how to check and what are the rules where Baba is talking about anyone who gets attracted to the old relatives, old bodies, old sanskars would enter the land of Maya because you're doing that without without the permission of the father. And then he uses the analogy of entering a foreign country without a passport and what will happen. And he mentions there about getting imprisoned. I think that's a living example that Baba says how you need to manage yourself and check yourself. Are you entering the land of Maya or are you on Srimat? So that's the point for me to take back home. Every moment checking. Now, is that every moment checking possible? I think instead of making that possible, making efforts there, the easy way is to be connected with Baba all the time, be in yoga, and keep ourselves free from what's going to be otherwise attacking as Maya. That's the practice to follow. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. Thank you. Very true. So when we step out, then we are imprisoned. So right, that analogy is very nice, very easy to remember, right? So without a passport, we can't go. Yeah, so if we are in a different country, we are imprisoned there if we don't have a passport, yes. So similarly, Baba's permission is very important here to do anything. So we have to be in that circle of Srimad. Right. So when we step out of it, that is when we step out in the sense, I think, yes, that relatives, right, our ionized relation will only pull us out from that. So we need to come out of it completely. So that is why Baba says we have to live in this world, but yet won't experience this world. So that's have to come out of all that, all that clutches, all that um, really bondage, bodily bondages, bodily relations, right? So it comes from the body. When we look at the body, yes, when we start remembering the body relations. When we are in soul consciousness, we remember that I am soul. Then we start remembering Baba and knowledge and everything. So it's that awareness that create that shift between body and soul. Wonderful. Any last sharing? Okay. So we'll move on to meditation then.
Jitba, before we move on to meditation, two announcements that very soon we'll start using the passcode to enter the Zoom meeting, and the passcode for entering this meeting is 11, that is 11. And we'd already published this particular notice on our WhatsApp group, and we will do that now, today, tomorrow as well. And this
Yeah.
Sunday, we have Gokul Bhai, who is conducting a class on the occasion of Mama Day, which is on Monday. So we're doing a class on the journey of Mama from in Radhe to becoming Jagdamba. So we invite each one of us to be here for this class. Over to you, Vijit Bhai.
Yeah. Thank you, Akiban. Sure. So we'll sit back and stabilize. Bring our attention to the center of forehead. Remember, I am. Who am I? A soul, point of light, sparkling star between my eyebrows. Shining little star. Let me experience that I am this point of light. I see through these eyes. I see through this window. Ears. I'm seated at the center. Inside my brain. Right. I use the whole body and think. It is I, the point of light, sense the whole that it's functioning. And I, the energy is in the body. That is when body works. Body can be used. And separate from the body. I use it. Just like the driver is separate, car is separate. Sparkling star is separate from the body. I drive this body. And remember, I separate myself from the body and see the body and the sparkling star just 1 feet above my head. As in when I have to come to action, I enter into the body. Start doing my work. Complete the work. Start one. See. And the mind separate. It's like the driver drives the car, reach the destination, out from the car. Expect this whenever I get time, as in when I come into action. Let me have this awareness that I enter into the body and doing the action. As soon as I'm done, out from the body. And let me see myself separate, body separate, and the driver separate. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a wonderful International Yoga Day. Om Shanti.